Hi, my name is Jessy Covets. I'm a Los Angeles-based producer, and I'm here to demonstrate how I choose the tones of my guitar in electronic music. First things first, your tone begins with the kind of guitar you choose. And I love the Revstar. It's a Yamaha guitar. The most important thing you have to do, you gotta tune. Most DAWs that you will find have a stock tuner. So what you'll need is your instrument cable, and you just plug it right into your guitar. And then you plug it right into your interface. I use an Apogee Duet. I love it. These are the first steps to getting good quality sound. Tune your guitar. Before I start any of my sessions, I always have my template ready to go. I don't want to think, I just want to create. So when I open the session, it automatically has guitars set up, the drum sections, bust and everything set up. I have acoustic guitar set up, bass, everything, so on and so forth. This is golden so that you don't have to think about setting up each track. You can just go right into being creative. So I have my guitar rig set to a specific tone that I like that emulates my twin reverb amp that I have at my jam space for rehearsals, and it's too heavy to bring to my apartment. I have the twang verb up top, and then I have a little cabinet set up, my compression, and I have a couple different tape echoes going on. This is what the guitar sounds like without any preset whatsoever, completely dry. Absolutely nothing, no EQ, no compression, nothing. Just me and my guitar. It's a pretty clean sound. It is definitely lacking. So I'll give you a little taste of what it sounds like. The most authentic thing about live instrumentation is that you are genuinely going based off your emotion and your energy. So I make a few tracks and then I just jump in and improvise whatever I'm feeling at that moment, and then we get to comping what we like later. Here's me jamming out to a couple different things over this track I'm about to show you. You can comp it and you can take away whatever you want, but just do everything while you're in the mindset of guitar. So now I'm gonna try the high, catchy part for the drop. Here's a quick little tip on quantizing guitars. Double click the audio file, it'll open up the sample screen, and then you Command A, highlight all of your audio, and then you Command U. Okay, so these are my parts for the verse and the intro. So that's the verse, and then this is my part for the build. Two different parts I have going over the drop hook part. First thing that you have to make sure you do is to mute the other guitar and focus on the high pass guitar. We're not mixing it yet, we're trying to find the appropriate tone. So I kind of messed around in Guitar Rig and I found this really cool tone. It's very, very euphoric, has a little bit of delay. Let me show you what it sounds like. That's exactly the tone I was going for. So check it out with, now I want to add a little bit of kickstart. In case you're wondering, Kickstarter and LFO, they're both sidechain plugins. So that's why I use those. It gives it a nice little bounce. Here's with a little more. I usually use a stock just to get started. I use the EQ8 within Ableton, and then I do a light curve, cut it down by around 100, You don't always have to do this, but I just don't want anything fighting with the low sub frequencies. And then I'll also have it cut just above 10K. Now, do these cuts accordingly. You don't have to do this. This is something I do typically to make sure that I have the tones that I want, but everybody's different. It's actually cutting out a lot of muddy frequencies with the low end and too pitchy, high pitch frequencies on the high end. So that's what I usually do. This track, I'm gonna mute the high one, check it out. To me, I have too many effects going on with this one. I want to get a little bit more of a cleaner sound. So I'm gonna take a look around. I found a really nice clean tone in Guitar Rig. It's called the Jump Off the Edge. I like that guy a lot. So this is what it sounds like now. I want to also add an LFO to this, and so that I can get it bouncing on the quarter note as well. I wanted to add a Fatuator, which is a really awesome plugin, and run it in stereo. I wanted to run my octave in stereo, so I have it fully mixed, panned, each one on left and right. Check out what it sounds like before and after. This is with the Fatuator stereo off. This is with it on. So check out these two guys together. I love it so much. Now I have my delays. This is my return track bussing that I'll be doing with the reverb and the delays, and I'm gonna have them going on each guitar. If you have different reverbs on each track, it kind of separates the feeling. So I like to bust the reverb for sure. I also want to add the Endless Smile to it, because the Endless Smile is such a great plugin for electronic music. You can basically lift energy pretty easy when you run this plugin. This is where I'm automating the intensity of my Endless Smile. I also want to add some delay, so make sure when you go to your delay you have it set the way you want it. I have the left side going on the 4 and then the right side going on the 8s. How many bounces it happen on each side and how they kind of circle each other. So now I want to add a little glue compression. I'm going to add it to the group so that all the guitars are kind of bouncing together. So a little bit of glue compression going on. So let's see how that sounds. See? You want to make sure that your meter is moving, but you also want to make sure that it really doesn't get past the 5, because then you're kind of overdoing the compression and losing a lot of frequencies. Alright, so this is the loudest part of the song. Let's take a look at our compression meter. So let's listen to the track from the top, and this is how you can get your guitars going and sounding pretty quality. So check out the track. You're all ready to go. You've comped them, you've put all your reverb, you set it up the way you want it. So thank you so much for tuning in with me, and you can follow me for more tutorials, etc., on Jessy Covets on YouTube.